What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. The last time you guys seen this, it looks a little bit different than what it does now. A few days ago I was recording and I was trying to mess with the graphics like in the in-game files themselves, and like I was able to in FS19. And when I came back in, it was like, I don't know what happened. I thought the map was glitched out, so I deleted it and like that game file. And then I came back in here to this one, and I was, I had to start from scratch because I thought it might have been my graphics on why the trees were like all glitchy and stuff. But as I was reading into it after I deleted the game file, that it is actually a known bug even on the vanilla game without any mods. So yeah, I did all that, messed it up, and so now I had to recreate everything. But I recreated it to where it's a little bit better for us. If you guys remember, our home here was an actual modular home, but this is like, something a little bit different, and you just had a sneak peek at other stuff. But if you guys remember, our last work truck was the older F350, I think it was. But now we actually have a Chevy 3500. It's a little bit better of a work truck for us, a little bit newer. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty and it's sitting out in the elements, so the paint's really starting to get messed up on it. So over here, we now have a little bit larger trailer to work with instead of the smaller one. Works a lot better for us. We still have our old workhorse, the 4755, and we have our original, well, not original, we didn't start off with a plow, but we have a small plow back here in the weeds. I kind of put there, any good farmer has their old machinery just hanging out in the brush, just forget about until years later, until it's a rusty piece of crap that you can't do anything with. The only reason why it's back there is because I had these big fields to plow up, and that little tiny plow back here just wouldn't cut it. It would take forever to work with like a 6-foot working width. So our friend from in town who helped us out with the chickens said, hey, I have a piece of machinery I haven't used. It's brand new. I haven't used it. How would you like to use it? I was like, okay. So he had his daughter drop off this 8530 along with this new plow. As you can see, I've already used it in my recording from last night, which for some odd reason I did all the work and everything, and something happened where I didn't realize my OBS stopped recording. So I was talking and talking and talking and working and working and working, and just to get my editing software to realize it cut out early. So I did all that for you guys for nothing. So we have that. We sold off our old roller or mulcher, excuse me, and we now have this mulcher we got for $11,000 off the used store site. I needed to put $500 into repairs and $1,500 in brand new paint, and we have a new mulcher. And then we still have the old, or the 560i harvester and header like we had last time. We have our chickens like we had last time, and we have some eggs getting going here for us. I put up a granary here so that way we had someplace to put our grain, not only to store to hold on to until the prices are better, but also so that way we have it close by for when we need to feed the chickens. It's right here. And then our buddy who helped us out with the chickens, who helped us out with the new tractor and plow, said, hey, you're better off possibly getting some greenhouses to help you out through the winter months, so that way you have income coming in. So that's what we did. We went ahead and purchased some greenhouses, had them built for us, and we have lettuce growing in both of them because we get the best prices off of lettuce. And I also... Deer! Okay, that was a shiny squirrel moment. We also put in a well here, so that way we can fill up our trailer for easy access to free water, because this produce here, after purchasing the greenhouses, and after purchasing to have the well dug and placed in for us, everything for here is now free. It is free money. All we gotta do is keep it watered and wait for the lettuce to grow and stack up on pallets out here. Then we get the water trailer here, and then you might have seen this. You might be wondering what this is. It looks like something out of a mining facility or something, but here it's our own lime machine. So what we're gonna do is I have a stone picker that's gonna be able to go through the fields, and we're gonna pick up all these stones in every field that we get plowed. And what we'll do is we'll take that and we'll dump it into here. And then this machine will turn all them stones into lime, which will be, you know, come out of here and into our trailer or whatnot. And then we can lime our fields for practically nothing after we purchase the stone picker and, you know, stuff like that. So it was a nice rainy day here. I think the sun might start coming out here shortly. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully it does, because we have work to do. I would say in the last episode, but that didn't record for some reason. I got this plowed. So you can see all the stones that we need to pick up. That's a lot of stones, because that's a big field. We also have this field that we need to plow up. I think I'm going to eventually turn this field into our production field. As you can see, we got our greenhouses, we got our lime machine, and we can have a whole bunch of other stuff we can have in here for our produce to go into and get more money out of. Then we also have this field here that we need to go ahead and plow up. So I think I'm going to run to the store. Is that a deer? That's the deer, isn't it? Yep, that's the deer. That is a lot of stones. I do not remember seeing that many stones in the field before. But I need to run to the store. I already purchased it. It's sitting there waiting for us. We got the call earlier that our stone picker is in. So I need to go through these fields here. I think we should be able to, hopefully, if it stops raining. Holy crap, these deer are everywhere. But I don't know if I should take... I'm going to take the truck. And I'm going to head down to the store and get the stone picker. And we'll go from there. Hopefully this rain lets up so we can actually do some work today before night falls. But if we have to work into the night, we will. But I really don't want to. So I'm going to head on into the store. Or not into the store, but down to the store. And go from there. So let's get this truck started up here. So I actually did a little bit of work to our land here. So we can actually get out of here a little bit easier instead of going through town. And as you can see, we got mud everywhere. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this as our work truck. If we make this our good truck, we're definitely going to have to do some work to it, get freshly painted, and it's raining, so I should probably turn my headlights on. Headlights for safety. But I don't know if I want to keep this our work truck or if we should turn this into our good truck, but if we did that, we're going to have to get a work truck. So let me know what you guys think. Should we keep this as our work truck or like our going to town and purchasing stuff type of truck? So I'm going to head on down to the store here, and I will be back with the stone picker. And we do have some other bits and pieces at the store that need to be brought down to the farm. So if it's still raining, I might just do some transporting and get the stuff down here. So I will see you guys when either A, that is done, or B, it stops raining and we can actually do some field work. Alright, so I just dropped off the stone picker and I was just about ready to head out to the store, but then it stopped raining. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the stone picker hooked up to our tractor and we're going to start getting the stone out of the field. The bad thing is, until we can get some more money, we don't have anything to load up the, we don't have anything to load up. Oop, my lights. We don't have anything to load up the stone into. We don't have a trailer for the stone, because I don't know if with this machine, I don't know if we'll be able to just dump the stone out onto the ground here and have it actually show, or if we're actually going to have to dump the stone down into the hopper here in order for it to work. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're going to see and find out. What we'll do is, as I just almost broke a leg, what we'll do is take the stone picker and we'll pick up this whatever stone we can, and then we'll dump it out onto the ground here and see if it takes or not. If not, then we'll just start a big stone pile here, and then eventually when we can get a wheel loader or something like that, a bobcat maybe, but that stone's pretty heavy, we'll be able to scoop it up off the ground and put it into the machine. So let's head on over here. We're going to go ahead and use our workhorse tractor, our 4755, hook it up to the stone picker, and we're going to get into the field, get our GPS set up for the stone picker width, and get the stone going. I kind of parked this stone picker in a bad spot because we got the trailer right there. Our grain car. So this is going to be interesting. Try not to hit it. Almost there. Oop, a little off. There we go. All right. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into the field here. I'll get the headlands done. Well, actually, we don't even need to worry about the headlands. I'm just going to get the GPS going and hope that it works properly. Some of these can be kind of awkward to use. But this tractor should have enough horsepower to run the stone picker. So you get these little rocks, for those who don't know, you get these little tiny rocks in the field every time you go and you plow. The deeper down you plow, the bigger the rocks get. Usually you can roll these little tiny rocks back into the field. But we need lime, and I don't want to keep spending money on lime, so we're going to go ahead and use a stone picker. So that way we can try to get our lime made ourselves. That way we don't have to worry about it. So let me get the GPS set up here, and we'll get rolling. All right, did a little test strip here, so hopefully it'll work when we set the GPS, get the machine going, set the cruise. And we should be good to go. Hopefully that's close enough to the edge. It'll pick up the edges. Should be. So now... Ooh, that's kind of close. I think it's working. So, alright. So hopefully it stops itself, which it didn't. Oh well. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the implement. Sometimes it, sometimes, depending on the implement that you're using, sometimes the GPS will actually stop you as you're get into the headland, and sometimes it doesn't. So hopefully, if this works right, get the cruise set, or not the cruise, but the GPS set again, and it should get us lined up here. I can get this lowered back down again, reset the cruise, and the GPS will take off for us and keep us in a nice straight line without us actually needing to do anything, except for at the end of the fields turning around and getting going again. So as you can see, it's basically cultivating the field while it picks up the rocks or stones. So we are gathering everything up, and once again, usually it's supposed to stop yourself once you get to the end of the field, but it's not doing that for some reason. So we'll get turned back around here. So I'll go ahead and get this field finished up, and then we'll get going and start on the next field. All right, so we just finished up this field here, and there was a time I went over to here. I wonder if I can dump this on the ground and it actually takes it into the machine. Let me check. If anything, I mean, it'll create like a stone pile we can get later on, but I just want to see if this will actually accept stone here and actually take it into the machine off the ground. It looks like it is. All right. How much was that? So we have 1,106 liters. It's going to take 2,000 stone to make 2,000 lime. So production cost a month 906. So it's actually going to, it actually costs a lot to run. But that's all right. Let's activate that. So now we should start getting, yep, there we go. We have lime starting to store for us. So that's going to help us out. So let's run on over, not run, but we're going to drive on over to this other field. And we're going to start getting this one all done up here. What we're going to do, we're going to start on the far end of the field. And we're going to work our way back this way. So that way, not only does the field get a little bit shorter coming this way, but also we get closer and closer whenever we have to unload. Alright, so I got the GPS all set up and ready to go. And it seems like it's missing some stone on the very edge, so hopefully in the next pass it'll pick those up. And the field actually is not square, as you can very well see. But that's alright. So let's go ahead and raise this up. I'll get going the other direction, and we'll see if we can get this stone picker filled up or not. So, alright, let's do this. Alright, so we are just about finished with this field, collecting up the stones. I did have to empty out one time, and we are close to about 50% full again. So we should have a pretty good turnout for lime. Alright, let's get in here, lower that back down, and go. Don't know, is this going to cover the... Ah, we're going to miss just the very edge of the field. So we're going to have to come back down one more time, and we should be good. This thing, this tractor is working with this stone picker, but when you get a full load of stone in this thing, these wheels start spinning and it gets kind of difficult to move. I mean, it worked though. Don't get me wrong. Are we going to make this? We're not going to make this. Gosh dang it. It's alright. We'll just back it up this way. And then we'll come over here. Chop down some bushes. Actually, you know what? We're just going to stay in the field here with the tractor. Lower this back down. We'll just do this one manually since it doesn't have to be straight. As long as we keep our wheels on the edge of the field here, we should be good. And yeah, you can tell the front of the tractor's getting a little weeble wobbly here because of the weight in the back end. This trailer's, or the stone picker's, getting pretty heavy at 50% full. And you see how it is now. Just imagine if it was full. Alright, and there you have it. Oops. That field is done. Let's go on over here and we will unload. We'll see how much stone we have left in there and how much lime we have. I'm not sure if there is a cap on how much lime it can store before it stops producing. I'm just hoping that it doesn't keep producing and we lose the stone because it stopped storing it. You know what I'm saying? So let's back on up here. Probably just keep the stone picker right here, to be honest with you. Alright, let's... hopefully that's close enough. If it creates a pile, then we know it wasn't close enough. I think we should be okay. Alright, let's go out and check. I think we should be good. Yeah, we were good. Alright, let's see how much we have here. Alright, so we have 6,088 stones. We have 2,316 liters. I'm sorry, 2,322 liters of lime. So that should produce us another, like, we should have close to 9,000 liters by the time these stones are done. So that is good. Alright, let's go ahead and get this parked. Because it is still October. I think it's like October 2nd. Or I should say the second day in October. So I really want to get that larger field plowed up before it gets too cold. Because it's going to be pretty hard to work up the ground in November. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing parked up here. And then we're going to hop in the other tractor that our buddy was so generous enough to lend us. And hook up to this plow here and get the other field worked up. And it shouldn't take too long. I'm not even sure how much fuel I even have left in this thing. It should be okay. There's no fuel gauge. Where's the fuel? How do you know what your fuel level is in this tractor? That's the temperature. That's the fan. See, there's some gauges right there, but it doesn't say how much fuel you have. There's nothing up there. There's radio. There's the beacons. There's no fuel gauge. So unless it says it there on this screen, which I can't zoom in to see, has the proper time on the screen. I don't know. We shouldn't have to worry about it. We shouldn't have any issues with fuel. So I'm not going to worry about that. So let's hook up to this plow. There we go. And let's head on over to the other field here. And then I'll get the GPS set up. We'll get the headlands put in. And we'll get going. Alright, so here we go. We got this field starting to plow. We're going to work on the headland here first. Trying to keep that far right tire on the very edge of the field. So that way I don't miss any. I'm sure I'll have to back up and catch a piece or two on the edge of the field that I might miss. I guess I should probably keep it a pretty slow pace here because it's kind of unrealistic to be able to plow that fast. I'm surprised we're able to. I'm going to get this headland done. I think I'm only going to go, well, I might go around it twice. And then we'll start the down and backs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be with you guys as soon as we're ready to do our down and backs. And then we'll try to get this field plowed in the rest of the way. Alright, so I have the headlands done. And it's a good thing we got the rock picker and not just plan on rolling this field, because not so much on this side, but I noticed along the edges on the other side over there, there's some large rocks. And the roller does not push the large rocks back down into the ground. I will show you once we get over there the different sizes for those who may not know the difference in size of rocks. So it's pretty significant, and this is actually the first time that I have the large rocks in the field. Usually it's just these smaller ones, so that will be something different for me as well. Even the other field didn't have large rocks, but I don't know if it's just that side or if I'm going to have them periodically through this particular field. But as of right now, so far on this side, it's all the smaller rocks. There's nothing larger. I mean, I have larger clumps of them, but they're not large rocks. But I will show you once we get over there. But first, I need to get there, so let me go ahead and do my down and backs here across the field. And we'll have this field done for the season. I do have one more thing I want to try to do before November, which I don't have very much time left because October is going to come to a close here before we know it. But I want to get something planted so that way we don't have to worry about fertilizing as much during the springtime. But let me get this done first, and we'll go from there. This GPS, though, man, it's a lifesaver. It's not only saving me money for not hiring people, but being able to actually do the work myself and not have the zigzag lines going down the field. It's pretty amazing. Even though, I mean, I do have some flaws with the GPS at times. I mean, it doesn't stop in the headland like it's supposed to. But other than that, it works pretty good. So it's keeping me in a straight line, and that's all that really matters. So, but anyhow, like I said, I'm going to see you once I get over there, and I will show you the different size rocks. Alright, so we are on the last little stretch here of the field. It is now, I don't know if you guys can see that, it is now 5:17 or 17:17 if you know military time. And as you can see, these little tiny patches, or a lot of little tiny patches of small rocks. But as we get up here closer to the end, you'll be able to see a couple patches of large rocks. And I'll stop and I'll show them to you. They're all going to be right here on the left, right there. So let me go ahead and stop, and I will show you you can see all these little tiny stones, but then right here you can see they're larger rocks. And that is what the roller will not push in the ground. All these ones, the roller will be able to push down. But these large rocks right here, those would stay there, and we would have to get a rock picker because these rocks would actually damage any cedars or whatnot. So let me jump up on in here real quick and finish this off. So it is almost 5:40 in the evening. And there we go. Let me raise the plow up and fold her up. And that field is done. Now the only thing we really have left to do is the other field, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do anything with it. I'm probably just going to save it for our production field, for any plants or anything else that we want to do. So that way, whenever, like a bakery or whatever, that way we can actually take what we have, you know, that we've grown and turn it into other produce, like bread and stuff like that. Grapes, if we ever get the grapes, we can turn it into grape juice. Stuff like that. So I think that's what this field's going to be for. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room to be able to do stuff in. And if we want to put more greenhouses or whatnot in, we can. So hopefully, as I sleep this night away, hopefully we start getting some lettuce in. That would be nice. Well, let's go ahead and get this plow parked back up again. This tractor is filthy now, but it's to be expected. Alright, let's see if I can get it back in that spot we had it just a little bit ago before we started this. But yeah, like I was saying before, I tried to mess with the graphic settings in the actual game files, thinking that maybe I can try to solve the trees from flickering. There hasn't been any issues tonight. I was on earlier before I went to work, and the trees were just flickering like crazy. But tonight they've been okay. I know they pushed out a patch today, but I know they said in the patch that it's a known issue for the trees to flicker, and they haven't fixed it yet. And it all comes down to the hardware that you're running, like for your computer, and which will make the trees flicker. But I don't know, I guess it's okay at times, but then other times it's not. Ooh. Is that the... Okay, the sun's setting over there. That's the moon coming up right there. Alright, so that is a good day's work. Got the one field completely picked to stone. Got another one we got to start first thing in the morning, as long as it's not raining. And this field here, I think I want to keep it as a production field, but I mean, I might still work it up though, because I mean, it's just gonna be a wasted space. I can always plant stuff, and if I plan on expanding out any production areas, we can always take the crop down. But let me go over here and sleep until morning, and see if it's still going to be October tomorrow. I think we still have, because I have a 3-day cycle for the months. I think we're on day 2 of October. So we should still have one more day of October, and then it'll be November. So we have one more good day to do any field work before it's too cold to really do anything in the field. But let me go in here and sleep, and I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, so it is the next day. It is 8 a.m. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to check to see. Ooh, we got pallets of lettuce. I'm going to go check to see how our lime's doing, see if it capped out or if we're good. And we got some lettuce that we can pack up. I mean, I'm not really going to worry too much about it. I do have a trailer down at the store, a flatbed trailer. So I might bring that up here and start getting the pallets loaded. But let's check this. All right, so we are completely out of stones. We have 8,783 liters of lime. So we might as well just kind of say double that, because by the time we get the stones out of that field over there and turn that into lime, actually, let me deactivate this because this is $960 a day. So let's go ahead and do that since it's not producing anything anymore. I'm going to run down to the store real quick and get the trailer in here. I'm going to load up. We have 4 pallets of lettuce. And we still only have 1 stack of eggs. We still have food. So I don't know what's going on with that. But let me go down to the store here and get the trailer. And we'll get that loaded up. So that way we can start getting the lettuce prepped and ready to go for shipping off to wherever we're going to be taking it to, whoever's selling it off for the best price. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so we are now just pulling back into the farm here with the flatbed trailer to load up the pallets. Like I said, let me know if you want to keep this truck. I'm going to keep the truck, but should we keep using this as our work truck? Or just a truck to be able to go to town and pick stuff up and stuff like that. I know I asked you a little bit earlier, but let me know what you guys think. It'd be good to know if we need to have a second farm truck on hand, or just keep using this for, you know, our everyday use truck for either or. So, all right, let me go ahead and get these all loaded up, and then I need to figure out where I'm going to put this trailer when I'm done. But yeah, so I'm going to load these up here and I'll see you once that's complete. Alright guys, so I just parked the truck and it's about 8:40 in the morning now. Got the pallets all loaded up. Man, this thing is getting filthy. Man, I just hate to see it like this because I know this paint's starting to wear out. But it is what it is until we get the money to be able to get a garage or whatnot. But anyhow, 4755 came through for us pretty good today. With the stone collector over there, or stone picker. Then the 8530, also a very good tractor for us today with the plow. Like I was saying before, we do have the pallets of lettuce all up on the trailer already. As you can see, I got these loaded up, and still wondering why there isn't as many eggs as what there is. There should be a lot more. I mean, I have like 20-something chickens. But as you can see here, I got the trailer here with the pallets on there. I got a strap just in case anything happens. We accidentally bump the trailer somehow or whatnot. We don't have pallets flying off and stuff like that, so. But we should be good. I think it doesn't usually use too much water. Yeah, we still have 25,000 liters of water, and they're both should be the same. Filled them both all the way up, maxed, and activated them both at the same time. So yeah, so other than needing to get more stone for more lime, we will need to get a spreader for lime as well. And like I said, I do want to get the fields planted with what is it, oil radish or something like that. What's it called? Oil seed radish, or what was it? It's the only crop It's not going to be in here because you can't do anything with it. There we go. It's going to be oilseed radish. That's right. So we can end up planting it pretty much any time between March and November. So we can't even plant it anymore. So we're pretty much out of luck for this season. We would have had to plant it back in September. And then you can harvest it any time of the year. So pretty much what it is, it doesn't grow all the way like normal crops. It doesn't brown up. You know, it'll say ready to harvest after 1 month of growing. And when you don't really harvest it. So what you do is you either mulch it up, you cultivate, or you plow, and it turns it into the soil, and it basically gives you that fertilized, that top fertilizer, like stage 1 of fertilizing, pretty much. There's 2 stages. And once you do that, it's stage 1. And it's a lot cheaper than actually going and actually fertilizing the field. So, because you don't go through too much, as much seed, but you do have to go back over the field one more time to work it up into the soil before you plant your next crop. So, but anyhow, that is where I am going to end today's episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there isn't really much to do this time of year except for just get the fields worked up and ready to go. Usually you plow and everything in the spring, but hush you. But it gives us something to do, and I have a deer in the field. It gives us something to do, and I mean, this looks a lot better than what it did. Put the, it's just, I don't know, what should we put here? I have no idea. I'll have to look at the factories and like the production, see what all we can do, and I'll have to look at what equipment we have, see if we have enough to get ready for next season. I do have a planter up at the store ready for us to bring up here, or a seeder, and a couple other things. I do have the fertilizer sprayer and that other little tractor like we had before, with the narrow tires, the crop row tires. That way we don't damage the crop as we are spraying after it's growing. So, but man, 2 fields using this, and look how filthy this thing is. Holy crap. But anyhow, like I said, that's where I'm going to end this, guys. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you didn't like it, then dislike it. It's perfectly fine. So, but leave in the comments below what you guys think we should do next. And let me know what we should do with the whole truck situation. Should we get another one if we have the money? Or just keep what we have? So, anyhow, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.